Wow.
So these things, yeah, they exist. If you believe in them.
Another one that we familiar with is the moon gazer.
Yes. That one was one of my experience also. We were in Blackbush Polder there. I was about 8 or 9 years old, and we had gone to the rice mill in the midnight to grind paddy to make rice.
Uh-huh.
And whilst coming back is a long way. My daddy first saw the moon gazer, and he told us not to for us to keep our head straight. Do not watch sideways because he put a side of you. You cannot give him no eye contact. And when we came home, my father said was the moon gazer, and afterward, I found out the pandit that was living in that street. He saw it. He was the manager at the rice mill, and he came and he saw it, but he gave it eye contact. And when he went home was hell. That thing tormented him his whole night. And after Petamber, after like 2 years, two of his sons died mysteriously. Those kids were bigger than me, like 12 and 13 years old.
Oh
And the
my.
pandit had to move away from there. And at the time of the funeral of those one of the boys, he told my father that. Then he told my father that he saw me and he gave him eye contact.
Ah.
So that's you can't watch these things. You gotta keep going straight. Just avoid the eye.
Yeah, yeah. There's another version that say you've got to do not pass between the legs. Somehow you got to.
Yes, I think I mentioned that in the book also because somebody else said that when you pass between the legs, you feel like it's crushing you. And from my village, another old guy, his name was, I changed his name in the book, Edwin. He and his son side, they went to a wake, during those old times. They went to a wake, and when coming back home, he saw it. They thought it was like a coconut tree appear white in the moonlight. But on closer observation, they see it wasn't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they were tormented by it also. The guy told me with his own mouth before he died.
That's
They had to
what.
get a priest, and the priest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one place where you hear a lot of stories. Wake house.
Wake house. House. And yeah, it got more scarier.
And you hear all the evil stories, or the not so, or the jumpy stories as
Yes.
we call them. And you got to
Yes.
get company to go home. Definitely, you're not walking
Oh,
alone.
yeah, we have so much experience growing up with evil spirit. With me and my twin brother,
Uh-huh.
it used to affect both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we know that most of these things are true. Even at Bloomfield growing up,
Uh-huh.
when once if the spirit attacked me, it will attack him also.
Ah. Ah.
Yes.
There's one here that I'm not familiar with. I mean, I've seen
Hmm.
them. I've seen them in storybooks.
Yes.
The possessed trees. Tell us about the possessed trees.
Oh, the possessed tree. This story was told to me by a guy named Lukata from our village. He's a funny way of looking, but he was a car driver. He was driving people from Berbice to the airport. And this tree, this big tree, where is it? It's in the middle of the road. That's still part between
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Perseverance Village, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So in the early days, he said that he encountered a lady spirit there.
Uh-huh.
And he said that one night he was going to work. When he was coming back from the airport.
Uh-huh.
Someone asked. He usually once he drop off the people there, he take short drop. So this girl sat there, and it was a ghost until when she came out. I think to a nearby cemetery. I don't know how far it is. He said he was scared to hell, and then when he told his other body, then they all were making joke at him that is the first time you saw it, that they had seen her many times already. And it, it was believed that I think the Dutch built that road, and there was an old cemetery that run there.
Yep.
Once digging for the road, I think they found some graves and they had to cover it back.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. There's
Yes.
one of our folklorists
Mhm.
who wrote a book, a novel about the halfway tree. We call it the halfway tree, right?
The same tree?
Yeah, the same tree.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
one time it was burned down and a new one grew up in its spot.
yeah.
I remember that.
Roy Brummel, he is a folklorist, and he did a
Okay.
novel on the halfway tree, and he
Yes.
used a lot of proverbs, many of the proverbs that we grew up with, uh,
Yes.
telling this story, right? Pretty story that he wrote around it, right? Now, those are some of the things that we know. There are also some unexplained phenomenon, right?
Yes.
Some of the things you
Mhm.
can't explain, things that happen to us.
Right. Correct. Mhm.
Let's go to um, that chapter. Some unexplained
Oh
things.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we sort of explain. We can explain, or we give a body to these stories.
Mhm.
The Sadhu, the Baku,
Mhm.
Fairas, Charail, and so
Yeah.
we sort of
Mhm.
describe them and give them characteristics. But then there are certain things
Uh,
that happen to us that we can't
yes.
explain. Right? Tell us
Yes.
about some of
I
those.
have. Right. Well, the one story that I've written about the black cat who have been get bitten by when I was going to the coca to
Uh
catch
huh.
crab, and I was was like 18 years old, and I was bitten by a black cat there, and that little cat disappeared. There was nothing there, and suddenly I can't see the cat anymore. And from that, I think when I came home, I was very sick afterward. And then after very sick, I went to doctor and they told me that I got blood poisoning in my finger. But then the nightmare that I was getting, I was always dreaming about this a young girl that is born at that same spot. And I've been tormented about this girl. And for almost like 6, 7 months afterward, indeed, me and my brother was at the rice, was drying rice, and when we were going home late in the afternoon, I saw a whole set of people. They were running toward the water side. We call it water side. It's like going toward the Atlantic. And we also start following. And we saw the girl running, a young girl,
Yeah.
and she had those big bottle kerosene. She jumped there and she just burned herself to death.
My. Oh
So
my.
yes, and this girl that I was dreaming all along, and at the same spot it happened. So that is so unexplainable.
Yeah.
Why I was getting those kind of dreams, and this incident happened afterward.
You
So
could have
until today, I can't. Yeah,
you could have
I
prevented
can't.
that. You could have prevented that suicide, man.
No, we couldn't catch up. Even the whole street couldn't catch up. The girl was running so fast, and their two sisters, they were just quarreling about little housework. And she
Ah.
took the bottle of kerosene and killed herself.
Oh my.
So when we went there, when I saw this girl lying there, I that's exactly who I saw in the dream. I always see this girl, a burned figure, laying down in a pond where they usually dig dirt to burn to make brick. I don't know if you have any experience. They will make red brick.
Uh-huh.
So dig a deep pond. She was laying there, but the pond was dry. There was no water inside.
Mm.
And she was there. And that's when I realized that this is the girl that I was having all these dreams about. And then when I moved over here, I never got back those dreams, even with the Bigfoot. Only when I came to America here, then I don't have those dreams.
Let's talk now about the book,
Yeah.
the writing, uh,
Hmm.
which takes time and patience and all of that, and then the publishing.
Hmm.
Let's talk about that process. Um,
Yes.
you're compiling these
Well,
stories, you're illustrating the stories, and getting
mhm.
it published.
Well, with the publishing, my son who did most of it, but with writing the book, it took me like 4 years because I was working at that time also.
Uh huh.
It took me about 4 years to put all the stories together. And with the illustration, all my illustration, I still have them, but it's at my son's house in Long Island. They're big. The illustration, they're big pictures. When they put it in the book format, then they make it very small.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I have, yes. So it took about 4 years for me to finish it. And then my
Right.
son, with that, it take another year almost to publish. We got to edit it and do whatever, and add and take out to put it together. Mhm.
So
But it's been fun. I like it.
I'm just about to come. Right. It was
Mhm.
exciting. It was fun for you.
Yes,
The,
most definitely. And my son helped me a lot too, because I couldn't have done it publishing, but the stories are my stories. Everything I written myself. All other thing I did myself. He only helped with the publishing and dealing with those people.
great, great, great. Well, you need to give shout out to some of these people who help you. You can take a couple
Yeah.
seconds, yeah,
Mhm.
and name some of the people that help you. Put them together.
Yes. Well, one of them is my father helped me, my grandfather, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my brother Trana Ragubir, and a cousin who is still alive, Vanita. Her name is mentioned in the book.
Okay.
She with that story, yes, Vanita, and most of the other people they're deceased. They are not here.
Okay.
Yes. Uh,
So you had fun. You had fun talking about these evil things.
well, you always find some enjoyment when you hear these stories. Yeah, to get a thrill, Zara, you're outside taking a few drinks, or outside in the dark, and you tell these stories. People will be amused. They just want to listen. And, a lot of people do believe it. Then people will tell you their experiences.
Yeah.
When I wrote the book, how many family come forward and they're telling me their experiences, which is so, scary to hear it, but it wasn't them good story. I told them, you guys could put it together and make a book by yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of people with these experiences and
Yeah.
they never
Yeah.
put it up.
I like the word you
Uh,
use. I like the word you used just now. The
mm,
thrill. It gives you a thrill to listen and even to
yeah.
tell. Right? And that makes a good. It makes a good writing. Makes for good writing.
Mhm,
A good book that you can keep that suspense.
mhm.
So you can have the thrill inside it.
Right. Yes.
So y-
You want to read, it's a small book, but you want to keep reading it until you finish it. Mm.
yeah, and I think you did that. You did that quite
Yes.
well. You had the interest throughout,
Mhm.
right, with all these
Mhm.
fascinating stories. All right,
Yes. Thank
Mahindra,
you so much.
thank you so
Mhm.
very much for
Yes.
they exist. I don't know what you'll come up with next, but good luck with whatever else you come up with.
Well, I do have one in my work I'm working on right now.
Uh huh.
It's nearly finished, but it's not. It's more like a fiction and non-fiction mixed together.
Okay.
But it's not a fan. It's a story over here. But it
Never.
will take like another 4 years, 4 years or so. I finished the other one already, but I
Mhm.
didn't edit or bring it to publish or nothing. Not
All right. Well, we look
yes,
forward to see it someday. All right.
yes.
Right.
Hmm.
Thank you very much, and continue writing. Continue having the joy and the
Yeah.
fun of writing, the thrill of writing. Right?
Hmm.
Once you have the thrill, you keep writing. Once you have the joy, you'll keep
Yeah.
writing. All right, you take care, man.
Okay.
See you soon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having this time to talk to me in regards to this book. That's very awesome, Mr. Petamber. And thank you for doing this great work to keep up Guyana literature where we can enjoy with our future generation or whatever in any ways.
Right, right.
Thank you. I mostly appreciate it.